always his work my father cared about. His research. He tried to save his work. I tried to save him.
Hello there, Sera from 17 once again, introducing you to my Gears of War 3 Insane Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Act 5, Chapter 5, Ascension, Part 2. And right now, we are evading the war beetle, that Moira, as I call her, after the wife of Atlas in Bioshock. Because her name is pronounced like Myra, M-Y-R-R-A, something silly like that, so we just rip on it using the lovely dodgy Atlas voice, where it's like, "Gonna get to my Moira! Moira!" type thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the explanation behind it. Pretty dumb, but I like it. And if you're wondering, will I die if I get hit by that beam when I'm not in cover, the answer is yes. And if you run through the fire, you'll get hurt too. So put something between you and the beam. If you do not, you are dead. It is an insta-kill. It will be an insta-kill in this level. It will be an insta-kill in the last boss level. So the best thing to do, sit behind a pillar. That's what they're for. They seem to block damage fantastically, and they'll save your ass. So bear that in mind. But this is kind of the first part to the boss fight. It's kind of like a pseudo encounter. This is not actually the last boss, although the beetle itself is the last boss. This is just it attacking this place and you running away from it for a while. So this bit's a little bit different. It kind of does the whole red herring of killing the queen and the beetle very simply, and then at the end it crops back up. So what you have to do here is, there are 3 cords around this room, 3 like steel ropes. I don't even know what you'd call them, like cables. There you go, steel cables. And every time you cut one, you get a little bit of a cutscene showing you that giant cog globe thing is falling from the roof. And once you cut all 3, it will fall onto the queen, hitting her and knocking her to the bottom of the tower. And what you believe is a dead queen. However, this is not true, and yeah, kind of sucks. But it would have been nice if this was the boss fight, because it'd make this game super easy, but unfortunately it's not, and it's challenging. But this is effectively the end of the game, so they had to make it a little bit more challenging, I do believe. So there she goes anyhow, she goes falling down the shaft. There's the Lambent popping up once again, because it's just how they roll, and we need to get to Adam Phoenix. So we go once again in a trusty elevator, and you get to look out of the window, which has got a pretty nice vista and some good like Gaussian blur on the glass. And some awesome marble work, look at that, man, looks tasty. But we're going to be going in and finding Marcus's father, and this is another intimidating moment because there is a ton of locust on this section. But luckily enough, because I now know that there's nothing stopping me from beating the game up until the last boss, I'm pretty confident in this next area, and it's not that difficult as long as you don't get killed by the Troika or suffer an unlucky death. Everything else is pretty manageable. And when you get to Adam, you will also get him in your party, and you'll have an extra member who can pick you up as well. He can revive you on other difficulties. On this difficulty, there's no revives, unfortunately, you just die. But before we get there, there's this lovely, strange, maintenance dark area where we rely on the flashlight of Jack. There are a couple of boxes to chainsaw that will give you collectibles and ammunition, but not too sure how many of them I looked through. And I just completely skipped that bit of conversation there because they're talking about a lot of the story elements, and I don't want to spoil any more of the story than I have to, purely because you've got to play this game. If you own an Xbox and you don't own this game, there is something clinically wrong with you. If you've hated Gears of War 1 and 2, then I'll let you off. But I don't think you physically can, because there's something about these games that, regardless of your persuasion, they're still good games. Like, 10 to 1, if you ask a PlayStation 3 fanboy, they'll still say Gears is pretty cool, because it is. It's just fun. It's like, there's a part of every fanboy in the world that deep down inside is still a gamer and still appreciates good gamer on a base level. And regardless of how far they've got the tongue up their ass of the corporation that produces the console of their choosing, they still appreciate a good game when it comes along. And that's why it's best, instead of to be a fanboy, just to be a gamer, because at the end of the day, you win every battle because you have all the consoles, you can play all the games, and at the end of the day, it should be about good games rather than what console they're on. And don't ask me why I did this. Don't do it. It's absolutely suicide. But I was feeling a little bit, blasé, a little bit devil may care, and somehow I pulled it off. Answers on a postcard, how I survived it, I couldn't honestly tell you. But I suppose I can at least say, out of all the guides for Gears of War 3 that are going to be out there on YouTube, mine does have a little bit of character with those insane moments that I don't recommend, yet I did anyway, because it's just how I am. But this is the Corridor of Death. And this is nowhere near as severe as the one on Black Ops that a lot of people struggled with. I was one of the assholes that did it my second try and thought it was easy. But what's going to happen is, at the bottom of this tunnel is a troika. When you get further down, more Therons, more enemies will spawn, and they'll start to really mess your shit up. And you need to get down here, and the only cover is the doorways and the bedrooms that kind of lead off of the corridor. So what you're going to be doing is, once you've got all equipment and you're kitted up and you're ready to get yourself down there and get to the next part of the game, you're going to try and make your way from cover to cover. And this bit is epic, because you can't really hear because I've turned the volume down, but the music, the Gears music started to play, that really epic tone. And I nearly died then thanks to that douchebag. And as soon as those musical cues kick off, it's just such a fantastic moment, because you feel it in your body. I get goosebumps, me. That's how much it resonates with me. I absolutely love it, and I'm trying to chainsaw him now because he's pissing me off. He's in my cover and he won't move. Goddamn idiot. Get out of the way. There you go. And then I sit up against cover and everybody's dead. How much bullshit's that? But yeah, whenever music kicks off and you're playing and it feels epic, I love it. Absolutely love it. And there's 3 moments in this game when it happens. There's the cutscene with Dom, which is absolutely beautiful. There's this part right now where it kicks off where it feels epic as well. And then on the final chapter, when it starts, as soon as it starts, the Lambent are fighting the Locust. You come up in the middle of it, music starts playing, and all hell breaks loose. And it just feels mammoth. It feels megalithic. It's awesome. And this is a one-shot that I have an affinity for, yet every time I pick it up I've never got anybody to shoot it at. So unfortunately everybody died. But when you come down here you can't quite get through the doorway, so what you have to do is there are 2 doors to kick down, and inside of them there are controls that will lower the laser grid, but also inside there are about 3 or 4 Theron guards and boomers, so you need to be careful. But I don't know, I was just so stoked to be this far so quickly that I kind of go caution to the wind in a lot of these moments. I just rush into the rooms, I get business done, and it's not the safest... Oh my goodness, is that not beautiful? A blind fire talk bow headshot, it doesn't get much sexier than that, people. Oh, and then Baird just hits him with a boom shot and just messes up my kill. But there's the console in the corner where the star emblem is. Once you've killed everything, if you go over and press X, you can then go to the next room and get to the end of the level. But never stand behind anything wooden, because it does dematerialise just like that when you shoot at it. Same with the sofas, same with a lot of things actually. If it's not concrete or if it's not steel, then don't mess about. There's a piano. There's a piano. I keep playing with it, I don't know why. I'm working towards that medal. So every time I walk past it, I have to... There's a piano. There you go. But, once again, always blocking my damn way. Get out of the way, you stupid woman. And I can go back to the other room. So I'm not too sure what the checkpoints are like on this section, how cruel they are. I didn't see them pop up and I've been too busy talking my balls off to notice them. But, yeah, that's a bad situation to run into like I just did. There's a grinder, there's a ton of locust, and there in go my team with the boom shots, and everything's probably gonna die. So it's a bit of a shame, but what can you do? So the grinder's still going, actually, still kicking. Do I throw a grenade at him? I do throw a grenade. And it doesn't kill him. My god, that dude's tough. So the only people left now are currently getting boom shots to the face. And I think they've killed everyone in the room. I mean, look at that. You barely have to do anything if you give them guns. And if you're the type of person that wants to make this as easy as possible, do it every single opportunity you get. Give them a powerful weapon. They will win the game for you. And I've got nothing against that strategy whatsoever, because at least you're playing it and you're not bullshitting it. You're using a mechanic, and that's completely different. But that second lever will lower the lasers. Now you have to go to the doorway, open it, and you will be reignited. Reignited, that's not the word. Reunited, sorry. Reignited's to do with fire, and that's clearly not what I meant. So you go to the doorway, and it's cutscene time. It's truth bomb time, but I'm probably going to trim it out. There you go, because I don't want to ruin it. And if nobody's seen Adam Phoenix, that's the guy behind me just there. First thing you want to do here though, get straight onto the troika and start dealing some death. You will take damage on this turret, but luckily enough there is armor plates to it, so for some reason everything has trouble killing you, and this thing kills so fast you should be able to strip them down before you have too much trouble. And there is a stalk down there. I am shooting it for all it's worth. This section does last a little bit longer than it perhaps should, because there's a hell of a lot of lambent, but do you really blame them? It's the end of the second to last level, and this is one of the last firefights of the game, aside from the final one. So just enjoy it and just kick some ass. But I should probably use this time to talk about some future projects and shit, so I'm just going to take a swag and do so. Oh, I'm out of coffee, god damn it. Should go downstairs and get some alcohol, because I do have some, and it is yummy. But I'll do that before the next video. So, the next stuff that's going to be following is probably going to be a co-op playthrough on Insane with my buddies, with live speak, and just us talking shit throughout the entire thing. I'm not going to be hammering my channel with it. I will intersperse it with other stuff, so it's not Gears all the time. There's me shooting Jack because the bastard's in the way of my gun. Get out of the way, stupid robot. And I'm going to be doing a lot of Horde. I'm going to try and do some Horde with some subscribers. I might do some arcade mode just to show you some scoring patterns or some nice little neat tricks or something. I'll be doing a multiplayer guide to the universe of Gears, and then I'll be probably doing some live commentaries to Gears of War 3, followed by some cherry-picked gameplays where either the team wins or we have an eventful match. But there's going to be some more Resistance 3 live comms because I've got out of my Saw anus after the last bunch, and I want to try it again. There's going to be some more Call of Duty because I've got tons of it on my laptop that I need to get out of the way. And there's going to be a bunch of zombie stuff. Don't think I forgot about the zombie stuff. The reason why there hasn't been any on my channel recently is because a friend of mine who we play with, his internet's gone down for the last month, and we're waiting to do the achievements with him, so that's when I'm going to be recording a bunch of that. I will also be commentating over the zombie gameplay with information about my holiday that I had for 3 weeks, because you'll notice I haven't mentioned it, and there's a lot of people that asked. I've not forgot you guys. I will be coming back to it. I've just got to prioritise on the stuff that's going to get me more subscribers and more views before I start indulging with the stuff that's pretty funny. And if I can hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I'm going to create a new series where you guys get to send messages of questions, and I will answer them over a gameplay for any game that I decide. And it's going to be literally questions about anything from, they can be as personal as they want, they can be as ridiculous as they want. You can ask me what I think about purple strap-ons, you can ask me what I think about, theology, you can ask about more personal things like my girlfriend or whatever you want to know. I'm not going to promise I'm going to give you a completely 100% serious answer, but if we get 1,000 subscribers, I'll definitely look into doing something that's a little bit more familiar to other channels. But this is the end of the second to last level of the game, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the finale, and as always, you take care now.